Well, good morning, folks. George Adventure here. I wanted to do a video today on Scout Draw holsters. Scout Draw is basically like this. It goes along with your belt. You can carry them, any kind of way. Wherever you want it on your belt, in the front, in the side. But I like to carry side draw, scout draw, whatever you want to call it. And I make them. I made this one I'm carrying my sod buster in. I like them as far as EDCing a fixed blade or even a case pocket knife. If you don't want something in your pocket. Now I do carry one of these in my pocket. So, another way to carry a knife, this EDC pocket organizer, and I got a sod buster right here and a flashlight and a poker pin. But so carrying Scout Draw is my preferred way to carry a fixed blade, or even sometimes I carry a pocket knife that way. So you can scout carry different size knives, different makes. Some of them are universal, some of them I wet fit, and I'll show you what I mean. But so this one, I'm gonna take it off and show you. This one is for a small knife. You can see it's got a sod buster right here. It's got a whiskey bone sod buster in it. That's what it looks like. I didn't wet form this one, honestly, because I wanted it to be for like a universal, a certain size knife, but you could carry different knives. This thing is actually 4.5. It's actually 4 5/8 inches long from here to here, tip of where the blade or where the end of the knife is. So, and you can carry, depends on how, like this sod buster comes, you can see it comes to about right here. But if you can carry a smaller fixed blade, and it'll come on out toward the end. I've also put eyelets. You can see the little eyelets, not the eyelets, but the little buttons. And those just give it, just kind of dresses it up a little bit, but it also gives it a little, more strength. And these are sewn with nylon, leather nylon thread, hand sewn with a needle. I sew them, stamped. I put a little stamping on it. I made this one for me. See right there, it's got my initials on it. Got a little oak leaf on it. So you can carry, like in this one, I have this sod buster. You can carry, and I don't have a trapper down here, but you can carry a trapper in this thing. You can carry a mini trapper. You can carry a sod buster, a copperhead. You can even carry a little, fixed blade, a small fixed blade, be a small one, in here. But you can carry it, just carry it on your belt. It's out of the way. You don't even know it's there. And it's just a good way to carry them. Now my brother, he carries a sod buster every day. Every day he's up and doing his job. He carries a sod buster in one of these. So that's his preferred carry. But I think as far as EDCing a fixed blade, I think that's almost dropped this, sorry. I think that's the best way to carry one. Here's one. This is for a small fixed blade. This is a universal one because it's not wet formed at all. And this one is 5.5 long by 1 7/8 wide right here. So you could put a small fixed blade, depends on the length of the blade. You could put probably a 3.5 inch blade in this, but this is another fixed blade, or another Scout Draw for a fixed blade. Or you could carry a big pocket knife in it. You can see right here, you can fit a pretty good size belt, different size belts in here, but you can put a bigger belt. Depends on what size belt. You can put a small belt, it's going to ride right there. I've also got the buttons on it. And this one is dyed timber brown. You can see I got a turkey track and my initial right there. Got my G for my last name. Got a flag. But I've carried this one. You know, I kind of alternate them out. This one's got a welt in it. You can see right here. These are fun to make. These are real fun to make. Kind of use your imagination. I like the red thread. You can see right here. I use that a lot on my stuff. But I've got black and tan and brown, and I've got some fluorescent orange, which I like. I've got some neon green thread that I use. But this is a great way to carry your EDC knife. I mean, this is just a perfect way. Now, I'm not saying, you know, carrying them like this, you know, isn't a good way. Just a standard holster, normal holster. But I just like the Scout Draw. Good way to carry, you know, small fix. This will be maybe an Azula size fixed blade, something like that. You can carry, you know, White River backpacker would probably fit this. You just have to kind of try them out. But it's a good way to try one. I'm gonna get the ESSIE when ESSIE comes out. I think it's CR3, that their new CR3. I think they got a CR 2.5. So when ESSIE comes out with a CR 3.0 or whatever it's called, I'm gonna probably get one, and I'll probably carry it in this, because I think that blade will be 3 inches. So the blade will come to about right here. So I think I'm gonna use this one to Scout Draw that holster. I mean that knife. But great way to carry. Now this holster is from an ESEE-3. Okay, and it's got the belt clip, and it's a good way to carry too. But you can make it Scout Draw if you want to. You know, you can get the attachment to go here and carry it that way, but this is just your standard carry. So what I did was I made a Scout Draw holster for this ESEE-3. And you can see, if you'll notice right here, it's where I wet formed it. So this knife will kind of click in, it holds it. So you'll see, kind of snaps in. It just snaps in, and it ain't going anywhere. So it's in there. It'll move just a tad, but and I'm not sure what happened with the leather right here. Sometimes this stuff dies weird, but what I did with this color here, you'll see it's kind of got a green tint to it. So I mixed some green dye and some canyon brown, and I think timber brown all together, because I had a little bit left in one bottle. So I mixed all that up together just to see what kind of color I could come up with, and it kind of made an OD look, and it's pretty. I mean, it's a pretty color, and it's got green thread. And It's got an eyelet on it. You can see, or not an eyelet, but a button. So just right here at the end. So it's a good heavy duty sheath. It's made out of 4 ounce leather, vegetable tan leather. Good wide belt loop right here. So you can carry it, you can carry it like this. It's right here. And it's gonna stay in until you pull it out. And then you got your knife. This is my ESSIE-3. I've had this thing for years. It's beat up. Great knife. This is one of the best knives I've ever owned. I love the shape of the blade. I like the micarta handle on it. ESSIE makes fantastic stuff. So, excuse me, I'll pull this out a little bit, but got some good jimping on it. And I'm gonna do a better review outside, but on this thing, but I've had this thing, I know, golly. Shoot, I don't even remember. I've had it so long. But it's a great EDC knife, especially when you have a scout draw. I'm kind of partial to leather, I guess because I'm old school, but there's some good companies out there, American owned people that make, the Kydex sheaths, and I like Kydex. I mean, I like a Kydex sheath too, but I guess because I do leather, I like to make my own. It's just enjoyable, to create something with your own hands. But good side draw holster. This is a good way to carry a fixed blade, because you don't really, especially if you slide this thing around front, if you slide it, if you just slide it around front here, you don't even know it's there, and you can just reach down and pull it out. Just pull it out, and you see it snaps in there. It ain't going nowhere. Wet forming, all you do is just wet all this. Then I take it and I take a, I don't know if I can find it here. I take my burnishing tool. I don't see it. It's somewhere in here, but anyway, I take my burnishing tool and I just take it and just rub this and just work it while it's wet. And then I'll put some little clamps on here and clamp it. And then I let it dry overnight. Okay, so it'll dry and it'll form to this knife. But one thing you want to do before you do that is you want to take and wrap this knife up with plastic wrap, cellophane, something like you use wrapping a bowl of food or whatever up with. You want to wrap this knife all the way and wrap it up, and then put it in here. And then you can spray your water on it and wet form it. And the reason you want to wrap this up is because you don't want that water sitting overnight on a carbon steel knife. It can make it rust. So you wrap it with plastic, the whole thing. Make sure it's sealed up good. Then you put it in here, and then you can wet form it. I just got this little nylon lanyard on it, but you can wet form it. So when you do that, and let it dry all night, just let it dry, and it'll form to it. And then you got the little part here. But you don't necessarily have to do that. If you want to make a universal holster for, like, if you got 2 or 3 knives that are, fixed blades or 3 inches, well, you can make one like this. This is a universal carry. It's not wet formed at all. It'll take several different knives that'll slide down in here. But you can see this one is for a thinner knife. So good universal knife sheath. But this one is wet formed. And I stamp, and I got my maker's mark right there. And I've got some turkey tracks right here. And like I said, I don't know why that dyed that way. It's kind of weird. I don't know if it's just the leather. Sometimes vegetable tan leather will dye weird, but you can see it right there. This thing is handmade. I made it. It's a good size belt, but it rides good. I've carried it before. It rides good. Just a good fixed blade, holster, belt sheath, Scout Draw. Now I don't know how many of you out there like to carry Scout Draw. You know, I prefer it that way. It's just a good way to kind of keep it concealed. You know, even in the summertime, you can pull your t-shirt out or whatever shirt you got on. Instead of tucking it in, you can just let it kind of go over it. Kind of like carrying a concealed carry weapon. Because you don't want, there's people out there that'll just freaking panic. Oh my God, he's got a big knife. Oh, you know how our culture is. But if, even if you don't want to carry it that way and you want to carry a small pocket knife, these right here are great. Just another sod buster. This is my favorite sod buster. I like this bone. I like the shield. That's one of my favorite shields. Good way to carry. Carry a flashlight, a little small flashlight, a night eyes, and I got a poker pen. And that's the way I carry this daily, every day. Sometimes I'll carry this. I may put a different, sometimes I'll put a trapper in here. But like I said, any way you can carry a fixed blade. See, this is 3 7/8. So you could put a fixed blade, but it'd have to be a small fixed blade because this blade is 3. This is 3 inches. So you can see where it comes. But this blade is too wide. See? It's too wide. You couldn't carry this one in there. So you'd have to have a thinner. And there's a lot of thinner and narrower blades that are good, would be good for a holster like this. That's why this is a universal holster. It's just not made for a thicker blade like this ESEE-3. Great knife. I don't know how many of you use these, but I've had this one for years. I've actually used it in Jeff Randall had a bushcraft class, and I used it there. I used it in the wilderness survival class. I've always taken it with me. So good knife, good way to carry. Scout Draw. So I don't know, how many of you are doing it. Sorry, it just helps me talk to kind of wet my whistle. I don't know how many of you are carrying Scout Draw. I don't know how many of you out there are carrying a fixed blade EDC knife. I like to do it. I think there's a lot of people more people that are doing it now. You just have to be careful because you know how people are. We got people in this country. They're just, I don't know what they are, but they just get panicky. So people like me, I'm gonna carry one anyways. I don't care what they say. So I'm gonna carry a good fixed blade, especially when I'm outside. I'm out in the woods or turkey hunting or hiking or just whatever. I carry a good fixed blade. They're just hard to beat for a hard task. So try it out. Try to carry one. See what you think about it. You may like it. If you don't like it, ain't no big deal. You can carry a smaller knife. It's just a good option. Like I said, my brother's been carrying one. He's been carrying a Scout Draw. He's been carrying a sod buster for a while. Carries it every day. He did have a security guard at one of the hospitals tell him he was going to have to leave it in his company vehicle next time. But I think he just went in and untucked his shirt. But some people just get weird about stuff like that. But anyway, just another good way to carry a knife. So if you like this channel, I would appreciate if you'd subscribe it. I'm gonna get back outside making videos. I've got several lined up that I've already kind of made my mind up to make. I'm gonna do one on my truck survival kit, and it's in a big plastic box, but it's what I carry. You know, when I go out to the woods, go to the mountains or whatever. If I go turkey hunting up in the mountains, I have that box back there, and I'll show you what's in it, what I have in it, and I'm gonna do some other things, some more packs. I've also got I got a Hill People Gear chest pack, and I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna tell you why I bought it. You know, so I got quite a few videos coming up. I'm gonna do some on my kayak this spring. So got a lot of good videos coming up, and I hope you'll watch my channel. And if you like this video, like it, hit the bell, and please subscribe to my channel. You know, I don't have any fancy editing or anything. I'm just using my iPhone 12 Max. I got a microphone, and I've got a light here. So appreciate you watching. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about Scout Draw. Let me know if you do it, or what you think about it, or if you've had any experiences with it. You can even comment if you want to comment on the ESEE-3 knife. You know, I didn't really do a review on this knife, but I'm going to. You know, I'm gonna wait till I'm outside so I can do some stuff with it. But let me know what you think about this whole rig here. Let me know. Side, you know, the Scout Draw with this ESEE-3 in it. And I've also got a Scout Draw. I've got a Scout Draw on my Zula. And I got a TKL knife that I use. I actually carried it to Illinois deer hunt, and I gutted a deer with it. So, and I carry it Scout Draw. So anybody out there that watches this and likes to Scout Draw, you know, leave a comment. Just make them clean. No political stuff. But I appreciate it. Y'all be careful out there today and be safe. And hope you have a great week. And I will see you next time.